Peace unto you, Israel. Peace unto you, Tavex. Tavex. Anua on deck. Anua, it's going to be a two-section video. This video, and then as soon as I'm done, I got another quick video I want to share with you. This one's not going to be long. I know you're busy. You're busy like me, a busy bee. Bzz. I know that's you. I still got studying to do, and so forth and so on. But anyway, hopefully you're doing good. Welcome to Israelite. Israelite, I love you. Listen to you, I enjoy it. Tyrex. Tyrex. Now I don't have to worry about my hair. Cut my braids out in my hair. I'm regular. They have to worry about wearing hats anymore. Nothing. How many videos? 487. So this one's going to be 488. I'm gonna have, and the next one will be 489. I'm going to be almost at 490 videos. Praise, reverence, the one in Exodus 3:14 who said, I am that I am. I hear, Asher, I hear, or just say, I hear. All praises and reverence go to him. Hopefully these videos are edifying. Hopefully this video is edifying. And my next video that I do edifying, it's going to be a warning to the Messianic Hebrews. You know, we're at 47. It may just be me and you. Thank you. Young King in the house. Tom X, Young King in the house. I was just getting ready to tell Anuha. It'll just probably be me and her, but it may just be Anuha, Young King, and me. Who knows? It's a Saturday, but you never know. We're at 2 minutes, 15 seconds, so we know we're going to give them like 6, 7 minutes, but in total, we're already at almost 2 minutes and a half. We will start. Today's video is, he called you Worm Jacob Israelite. He called you Worm Jacob Israelite. I'm glad you two are the soldiers. You two are the soldiers on the battlefield of life. You in the camp of the Most High. And he's looking for loyal servant and soldiers, sons and daughters. So that's what you wanna be these last days. You know we living in the last days. I saw some video earlier today, and man, this world is crazy. These people are crazy as hell. I appreciate the kind words. Listen, the truth is easy. Lying, you gotta go, should I say this? You say this in your mind. Should I say this? Or are they gonna try? You don't have to do that with the truth. Truth is just blah. You know, it comes right out. Because it ain't words, it's actions. You two mercs are always on the majority of the time. You don't play games. Because listen, everything's gonna be exposed. You know how everything's being exposed right now? A lot of people got on Halloween costumes, and their Halloween costumes are pretend Israelite, Eberite, Hebrew Israelite costumes, and they're walking around with the beards coming up and all that stuff like that, and making people believe that they're in it, but they ain't really in it. They'd rather be doing something else. They'd rather be watching something else. They'd rather be reading something else. They'd rather be hearing something else. So I've been telling you since the start of this channel, the Torah Tanakh Israelites is only a small few, and we pray that it's us, but it's only a small minority of Hebrews, Eberites, Hebrew Israelites, Yeshurites, whatever you want to say. It's very small. Excuse me. It's very small. So Always remember Ezekiel 14. Though Job, Daniel, and Noah was in it, they had to save themselves by their own righteousness. You know, somebody, he only got 3 people. So what? Are we doing the work? Are we being inspired to gain wisdom and walk in righteousness? Worrying about the other man? Of course, we worry about our brothers and sisters, but we don't get caught up in that because you don't got time to be caught up. You shoot them the message. Oh, you receive it? Oh, you don't? See you. Stage left. You know? Stage left. That. All right, we're at 5.5. I told you, it's only going to be us, I guess, because I'm starting. Once it hits 6 minutes. If anybody comes on later, they can come on later. And remember, it's going to be a short video, right to the point. That I'm going. Yeah, we only can save ourselves. So you really can't. You listen. Remember, I did a video about the backpack. You know, when you come home from school, you know, usually in most cases, the mother get over here and open your backpack, taking out, seeing what you got in your backpack. Well, when the end comes, when Jeremiah 30 ends and the terrible and awesome day of the Most High comes, get over here, open that backpack, see if you're going into the wilderness. I don't mean you're going to stay in the wilderness, but I'm going to see if you're going to go in the wilderness. Open up that backpack, you ain't got nothing in it. That's what these people, they don't realize the urgency of the times. Look at this day, it's almost over. Saturday just started, it's almost over with. Tomorrow is the Feast of Booths, Tabernacles. It's flying. You know, I pray for that every day. Most High, you are the author of time, so time does not weigh on you, affect you. But I tell the Most High, I said, but time affects us, physical humans that you make. So I ask you, I pray, one of my desires is that you don't tarry. You speed up every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Speed it up because the enemy, our adversaries, your adversaries, has their foot on our necks and they're crushing us. We need an Exodus 3 rescue plan. And I don't know about you, but about me, I see the time flying. Even heathens know that, hey, look at it just became October, and it's October 8th. It's going to be October 9th tomorrow. Monday the 10th. By the end of the next week, it's half October already over. Yay! So anyway, listen, it's just us. I can tell it's just us. You strong soldiers, as soon as it's done, get into my next video. Give me a couple minutes to put it up. He called you Worm, Israelite. He called you Worm. Let me, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I made this video. Because now, in these times, are you gonna be fearing or not fearing? Because let me tell you, fear is the opposite of trust. That's why I say a lot of you guys are wearing costumes. You know, just when you come online, yeah, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew, I'm an Hebrew, I'm a Hebrew. Nah, you got a costume on. You ain't really down for the cause. You don't got 2 feet in, 10 toes down. You ain't Joshua 24, totally undivided loyalty. You don't have that. Most of you don't. You got a Halloween's coming up. You got a Halloween costume on. Jeremiah, it says, he delights in those that glory in their devotion to him. You don't got devotion to the Most High, studying, praying, reading, reverencing him, worshiping him. You got a Halloween costume on. The majority of you. I'm not talking about you guys online. I'm talking about you guys that are going to watch this video. That's why there's only 2 people on, and myself is 3. But it's okay because when it's time to open that backpack, you're going to have an empty backpack. You know what that's going to do to you. And all these are Ezekiel 3. He sent young King and Nuha to warn you niggas. So fear is the opposite of trust. The instructions, our law book tells us to fear him. And all you guys got Halloween costumes on, and you're not fearing him. And the opposite of fear, the opposite of trust is fear. And you're fearing all day. And you know, I'm going to even tell us, the Israelites that are trying, the Israelites that are trying, you know, our whole life, basically, listen, I'm going to tell you, this is why you can count how many times, you can't count how many times you tell you, don't fear, 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 don't fear. Keeps telling you that in the Tanakh. Because he knows the opposite of trust is fear. And a lot of yous do it. We even do it. I'm going to give you an example that even us, we've done it and probably still do some of it. So this is a reminder. Ezekiel chapter 3 tells us to remind them. So I'm reminding you, Hebrewites, Hebrews, Hebrew Israelites, Yeshurites, whatever you want to say. I'm reminding you the opposite of trust is fear. And he tells you to trust him. And he tells you not to only fear him and not to fear nothing else. So the opposite of trust is fear. And a lot of you swim and marinate in fear. And the law book tells you do not do it. Of all negative conditions, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, and the heathens is subject to fear. It's one of the greatest things that weighs upon mankind. But he warns us not to fear. Because he knows the opposite of fear is trust. And that's where he wants you to be, in the trust mode. We are born cowards. Our mothers feared for us and their own lives before we were born. You know, people fear it. Like, I wonder if the baby's going to come out right, or it's going to be all right. Mother's going to be right. The baby's going to be all right. You know that's it. We are born cowards. And that's why in the scripture it tells you so many times not to fear. We came into the world with a wail of fear. All who had anything to do with us feared something would happen to us. Tell you, we've been plagued by fear. This is not the time to start fearing. It's to rid your mind, body, and soul of fear. Once in your life, listen to the Lord and history book, which is the Tanakh. Jacob's troubled time. Do you think it's wise to fear in Jacob's trouble? He's warning you not to, because then you ain't gonna trust him. You don't trust him. You don't believe in him to a degree, right? All who had anything to do with us feared something would happen to us. They were afraid we would catch cold or the measles, whooping cough, flus, die. You know that's true. Somebody feared all the time that we would get burned by the stove, caught in the building. You fear, well, imagine we get caught in this building and it burns up. Burnt by some chemicals, burnt this. You know what I'm telling you is true. You know, your mother, your father, maybe, your relatives fear that you fall out of the cradle, the crib, and stuff like that. Fear goes all the way back. Don't touch the stove. So they put you in a mode, a fear mode, and the Tanakh has been trying to take you out of that mode ever since your eyes opened. He opened your eyes. This video is to open your eyes. Get out of the fear mode. Opposite of trust is fear, and he don't want you to fear. You are afraid of our parents or teachers that lovers would forsake us. A lot of you, that's what I'm saying. Fear is one of the greatest things put upon mankind. Even in the truth. This is why I'm warning you. Oh, is she going to leave me? Is he going to leave me? Is he going to get sick and leave or die? Is he going to get sick and leave or die? Fear and everything. Fear they're going to cheat on me, leave me. Uh, even I'm telling you to get rid of all type of fear. Going to work and just, oh, it's going to rain outside. I'm fearing it's going to rain. My clothes going to get messed up. Or I fear we're going to do a function outside and it's going to rain. Fearing all the time. Fear that I'm not going to do good in school. I'm going to do good on the test. Fear I'm not going to do good at my job. Fear my boss is going to be mad with me. I fear I'm not going to make enough of money to pay my bills. I fear my car may break down. Fear, fear, fear. My house, I got to move. The landlord's selling the building. I got to move. Fear. The opposite of trust is fear. The Most High tells you to trust him. Joshua said, for me and my house, we will trust in the Most High. Paraphrasing. We will seek the Most High. We will trust in the Most High. Opposite of trust is fear. Tell not to fear. Okay. Isaiah 41. I tell you, it's going to be a short one. And I'm going to the next one. You need to hear the next video because the next video, if any of you guys run into a messianic, even though you have to save yourself, he commands us by the major prophet Ezekiel in Ezekiel chapter 3 to warn them. So you have something to warn them that's something powerful. This next video is going to be powerful thing where you can utilize to warn them. Okay, but let's get back to the opposite of trust is fear. And in Jacob's trouble, when you read Job 5, it says, happy is the man that's corrected. He doesn't despise chastisement. You're going to save him in the 6 and 7 trouble. You're going to trust him for that. Oh, you're going to fear that. He says, when they thirst, the heathens and the people that the adversaries of the Most High and the Israelites, he says, when they thirst, he said, you will drink. Are you going to fear not drinking, or are you going to trust that you will drink? He says, they're going to hunger. He said, but you're going to be fed. Are you going to trust that you're going to be fed, or are you going to fear that you won't be fed? Pestilence will not reach you. The wild beast won't hurt you. Will you trust that the beast won't hurt you, the famine and the plagues and the war coming upon the earth and the zombies coming upon the earth? Will you trust that you will be safe from that? I ain't saying you ain't going to have to fight, run, and do stuff, but you're going to be safe in it. Are you going to trust that, or are you going to fear that? This is why I'm making this video. What time do we live in? We either heading into Jacob's trouble or in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, I guess. One of them. You got to pick one of the two. What is it? Trust or fear? I'm going to go with trust. That's why I'm going to read you Isaiah 41. Not all of it. I'm going to start at verse 8. Remember, I told you, he called you a worm on the ground, slithering and defenseless and everything. It's kind of scary because everything wants to eat you. All right, Isaiah 41, verse 8. But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, seed of Abraham, my friend, you whom I draw from the ends of the earth and called from its far corners, to whom I said, you are my servant, I choose you. I have not rejected you. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not frightened, for I am your God, not me. Ahijah in Exodus 3:14, who told Moses, tell Pharaoh that I am have sent you. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not frightened, for I am your God. I strengthen you and I help you. I uphold you with my victorious right hand. Shame and chagrin shall be all who contend with you. They who strive with you shall become a naught and shall perish. You're going to trust, or you're going to fear them. All who contend with you, they who strive with you, shall become as naught, that's nothing, and shall perish. Do you trust that or do you fear it? You may seek, but shall not find. Those who struggle with you, less than nothing shall be. The men who battle against you. Are you going to trust that or are you going to fear that you're going to get you? For I, the Lord, am your God, who grasp your right hand, who say to you, have no fear. I will be your help. Fear not, O worm Jacob. That's why I titled this video. He called you a worm. For I, the Lord, am your God, who grasp your right hand, who say to you, have no fear. I will be your help. Fear not, O worm Jacob. O men of Israel, I will help you, declare the Lord. I, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I will make of you a threshing board, a new thresher with many spikes. You shall thresh mountains to dust and make hills like chaff. You shall winnow them, and the wind shall carry them off. The whirlwind shall scatter them, but you shall rejoice in the Lord and glory in the Holy One of Israel. For I, the Lord, am your God, who grasp your right hand, who say to you, have no fear. I will be your help. Fear not, O worm Jacob. The poor and the needy seek water, and there is none. Their tongue is parched with thirst. I, the Lord, will respond to them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. Do you trust that, or do you fear that he's not going to respond? This ain't a time to be fearing. That's why I make this video. I will open up streams on the bare hills and fountains amidst the valleys. I will turn the desert into ponds, the arid lands into springs of water. I will plant cedars in the wilderness, acacias and myrtles and oysters. I will set cypress in the deserts, box trees and elms as well, that men may see and know, consider and comprehend that the Lord's hand has done this, that the Holy One of Israel has wrought it. Submit your case, says the Lord. He yells, he roars aloud, he charges upon his enemies. I have kept silent far too long. Keep still and restrain myself now. I will scream like a woman in labor. I will pant and I will gasp. Hill and heights will I scorch, cause all their green to wither. I will turn rivers into isles and dry the marshes up. I will lead the blind by road they did not know, and I will make them walk by paths they never knew. I will turn darkness before them to light, rough places into level ground. These are the promises, Israelite. These are the promises, Israelite. Hebrewites, these are the promises. Are you going to trust that, or are you going to fear that? Truth Seeker, you missed a lot. Or whatever you missed when I upload it, watch it again. But I'm going to be doing another quick video that you'll be interested in. It's an Ezekiel chapter 3 type video. By a road they did not know, and I will make them walk by paths they never knew. I will turn darkness before them to light, rough places into level grounds. These are the promises. I will keep them without fail. These are the promises. I will keep them without fail. Are you going to trust that, or are you going to fear that he's not going to? Are you going to trust that he's going to keep the promises, or are you going to fear that he's not going to keep the promises? As I told you in the beginning, the world, humans have been plagued with the plague of fear. Fear you're going to fall out of the crib. Fear you're not going to make it through your mother's pregnancy. Fear this, fear that. Fear your boss. Fear the economy. Fear your enemies. Fear that. He tell you don't fear. We're living in Jacob's trouble. This is time you need to pick the side of trust or to pick the side of fear. And a lot of you's got your Halloween costume on, pretending that you trust when you really fear. And it's okay. I fear, you fear, but he's telling us to come out of it, especially in this Jacob's trouble period of time. These are the promises. I will keep them without fail. Driven back and utterly shamed shall be those who trust in an image, those who say to idols, you are our God. Listen, you who are deaf, you blind ones, look up and see. Who is so blind as my servants, so deaf as the messengers I sent? This is why this is videos for you, Israelite. You're so blind. You don't read. The opposite of trust is fear, and you've been in that fear zone ever since. Seeing many things, he gives no heed. With ears open, he hears nothing. The Lord desires his servant vindication, that he may magnify and glorify his teachings. Yet it is a people plundered and despoiled. All of them are trapped in holes, imprisoned in dungeons. They are given over to plunder with none to rescue them, to despoilment with none to say give back. If only you would listen to this. Israelite, if only you would listen to this video. The opposite of trust is fear. You've been in this fear zone ever since you came out between your mother's legs. Here at Hebrew on the Island too, I'm trying to tell you, this is not a time to have that spirit of fear on you. We are coming to Jacob's trouble, or coming into it already, or almost there, or what. This is not the time to fear. This is a time to trust. If only you would listen to this. Attend and give heed from now on. Are you going to listen to this video, my words that I'm saying from now on? Who was it? Who was it gave Jacob over to despoilment and Israel to plunder? Surely the Lord against whom they sinned, in whose ways they would not walk. And it's a sin to fear, because his instructions is telling you not to. Okay, you don't know it, you're doing it subconsciously, and it's come, but you ain't doing it totally subconsciously, because I'm warning you now. Ezekiel 3 warned them. Who was it that gave Jacob over to despoilment and Israel to plunder? Surely the Lord against whom they sinned, in whose ways they would not walk, and whose teaching they would not obey. So he poured out wrath upon them. That's why you are in your condition, and I'm in my condition. Not trusting, but fearing. Not listening, not reading, not studying, not reverencing, not worshiping, not praising him, not glorifying him. Nothing. So he poured out wrath upon them, his anger and the fury of war. It blazed upon them all about, but they heeded not. It burned among them, but they gave it no thought. Are you going to give this thought? The opposite of trust is fear. Fear has plagued mankind. But you have the instructions, the law and instructions book, commanding you, don't fear. Only fear the Most High. But you're fearing everything visible and invisible. You know, you got me too sometimes. This video is for me too. Fearing health, fearing this, fearing economics sometimes, fearing. Stop that shit. That's why I made that video about stoicism. Stoicism is a person that can endure pain and suffering, don't show his feelings, and don't complain. Never forget Deuteronomy chapter 1. He said these N-word guys and N-word girls are not coming into the promised land, complaining all the time. So I made that video about stoicism, stocism, stoicism. Right. This is this video. So I got 4 on Tav X, Danny Armstead. You missed a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch, because it's only like a 29, almost 30-minute video. Tav X, a truth seeker. It was 4 in the room. You 4, listen up. I'm making another video. Right? As soon as I get off, I have to do my little things. Like in 5 minutes, look for my next video. Tune in. I want you to tune in, because he commands myself, a new Yeshua Israel. He commands Truth Seeker 3396. He commands Danny Armstead. He commands i.s.u.p.k Brants. Watch my video when I upload it, but not right away, because I'm going to do another video. i.s.u.p.k. You missed it. I'm not going to go over it. Whatever you missed, watch it when I upload it. But I'm doing another video. It takes me a couple minutes to set it up. i.s.u.p.k branch, he commands you to warn them. Young King and Anuha, he commands you to warn him. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you this up. You got it. Vex. Let me read a couple of these comments real quick and then prepare for about 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I'll be up again because he commands all of you on this live chat to warn them. I didn't say convince them, to warn them, because he's going to use all these warnings against them. They're going to say, I didn't know. Yes, you did. He told you. She told you. You watched that video, but you didn't trust. You feared. You kept fearing. So there's going to be an educational Tanakh video that could help a person, an Israelite, an Eberite, who's maybe eyes closed, and maybe the Most High wants you to open their eyes by revealing something that they don't know. That's a trick. All right? Let me see if there's any outside comments. And tomorrow is the lunar Feast of Tabernacles booth. It lasts for 7 days. I'm just reading. We will judge the government. Yep. This up. We will judge the government. Purify and becoming one and have unity. Yep. Danny Armstead. I just got the notification 5 minutes ago. All right, True Seeker. After my second video, I'm going to do in like 3 or 5 minutes. Then watch everything you missed. I love that the Most High had you make that video on Stoicism. I made it. I need it. Listen, these videos are my notes. See, True Seeker, you needed it and I needed it because we need to wake up. Stop being so sensitive. You know, we are supposed to be the leaders of not just Israel, the leaders of the world. You just don't know because you're at your job, and your job is whatever your occupation is, your job is. People don't look at you esteemed at an esteemed level or anything. So you think you're low, but you are listen, you don't know, you're involved in the most important thing on the planet. Never forget what I'm telling you. What you do, how you're involved, makes the biggest difference. Difference whether you're favored by the Most High or just loved by the Most High. You know, that he viewed you without a Halloween costume on. Because a lot of you guys, now you guys over here are pretenders. Yeah, man, you listening to something else. You're looking at other stuff. You're interested in everything else but this stuff. And guess what? When the days, the minutes, days, hours, weeks, or months are flying by. When it comes all the way to the end, watch everybody. When I make a video, there'll be 1,000 people on the live chat. Right now, everything's cool. So, okay, nice video. Let me see what's on Netflix over there. Those are the Halloween costume wearers. And you can't fool the Most High. I was here in the beginning. How well you keep the commandments will decide your role. Yep. It will be too late for those ones. Yep. You know, listen, you don't realize, well, some of you do, when you go out to work, to the store, shopping, walking down the street, going to the park, going to the movies, going to the mall, going on trips, whatever, almost everybody on the planet, not almost, and it's true, almost everybody's wearing a Halloween costume. They have a costume on. Because I love God. I know you don't. And he knows it. And we know it too. Because it's not what you say, it's your actions. That's why there's only 4 people on this live chat. I know some people don't get notifications or whatever, but I ain't talking about the regular people like King David 144 and this one and that one. You guys are in. I know you guys got 2 feet in, 10 toes down. But I'm talking about the vast majority of you. You wearing Halloween costumes. But anyway, this is a new i.s.u.p.k Israel. The opposite of trust is fear. Get out of it now. Watch my next video. It's coming in about 5 minutes. Vex. Purity becoming one. Strive to be pure.